Today on an all-new Dr. Phil. Her 15-year-old is out of control.
My daughter is drinking and using drugs.
I'm acting like any other 15-year-old.
She is definitely entitled and bossy.
And this mom doesn't want her daughter ending up in jail.
She likes fashion too much to have to wear something like that.
How could a mom...
She tried to bribe me. She said, what is it going to take for you to do the show? If there's anything that you would want, what is it? Tell me then.
A dad...
I've never seen her drink in my house.
Didn't you give her a breathalyzer at his house?
And a stepdad...
You've said you don't like her.
I have. I'm not a big Emily fan.
Be so clueless.
I can't blame him for not liking her.
There just isn't time to tell you what's wrong with what you just said. Let's do it. This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by, Dr. Phil.
I try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
In 5, 4.
I am not giving up on you.
Go, Dr. Phil.
Okay, take a look at this tweet. Tonight's forecast, 99% chance of wine. Seems pretty harmless, right? Well, read this next tweet. Take me out of the oven because I'm so baked. Now, I'm pretty sure this person isn't talking about cookies. But just to be sure, we looked for more tweets and found this. I'm so high, I could eat a star. So who's posting these tweets? Well, would you believe it's this bright and beautiful 15-year-old girl named Emily. Now, her mom, Vanessa, and Vanessa's husband, Kurt, contacted the show begging for our help because they say Emily is engaging in reckless behavior and they fear she's going to end up in prison or even worse. Take a look.
My daughter, Emily, is drinking and using drugs, smoking pot, using prescription pills. I check Emily's phone. She's taken videos of her friends and her being totally wasted.
I'm not a big fan of Emily. One night, Emily came home drunk at 3 o'clock in the morning. I did hear throwing up in the bathroom.
She's roaming the streets at night. She's stealing from those of us in our own home, her own family. She might even be stealing from work, and she's lying to really everyone.
Emily will do anything to get alcohol. I've seen on her texts where she's asked boys to go to the grocery store and steal a bottle of rum. Emily makes everyone in our home miserable.
Emily's attitude is very rude, demanding. She is definitely entitled and bossy. She'll put in the behavior to get what she wants, like, oh, and will just be like, oh, like, oh, I gotta get out of here. She's a con artist.
Emily has two different lives that she lives. She has this persona that she puts on for other adults where she's the perfect kid, like she got a job, all these really hard classes. A lot of teachers love her, but then when she gets behind closed doors, she just kind of turns into this other person.
I don't want to have to say that I'm ready to kick Emily out, but I can't live like this. I don't want her to be in jail. She likes fashion too much to have to wear something like that. If nothing changes, I might be done.
Vanessa says not only is Emily partying at friends' houses, she's doing it at home, too.
I think Emily is drinking, even on school campus, taking prescription pills, Norco, oxycodone, and I am certain that she is also smoking marijuana. Emily does have a prescription for Adderall for her ADHD. I do know that she bartered for alcohol. She's drinking alcohol in her bedroom. It was right over here that I found alcohol in her room. It was in a water bottle. And since that, I feel like I need to check her room regularly, looking for either prescription pills that are not her prescription or looking for alcohol or any other marijuana or any other drugs. All summer, she hung out with men quite often. Most young men are happy to get drugs and alcohol to young, beautiful girls. I am afraid Emily could get killed, whether it's by accident or mixing drugs. She could OD. I think my daughter has a problem.
Okay, good to meet y'all. serious subject matter we're dealing with here. What do you want? What do you want today?
I want Emily to be able to look at her own behaviors and recognize that they are not good choices and not safe for her.
Okay. And how about you?
I'd love to have a nice, happy, healthy family and a nice home where we can relax. And
Okay. Now, she's not listening to any of this right now. We'll add her to this conversation in a bit. But now, you say you want her to be able to look at her behavior.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you willing to look at yours?
I am.
Are you willing to look at yours?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because, listen, she didn't grow up in a vacuum, right?
Correct.
Who raised her?
That would be me.
You two have been married how long?
3 years?
2.5.
3 years. 2.5, okay. And she started having problems and meltdowns as early as 4, 5, and 6, but things have really gone downhill since this union was created, right?
That is correct. It happened.
Were y'all married for 8 months before you even told her?
For
Couple
4
months, yeah.
We were married for 4 months.
Tell me why.
Two of my stepchildren, 2 of his children, we had 3 children in the home, and 2 of them were in Florida visiting their biological mom, and Emily was home. And we didn't feel like it was fair to just have one child know and the other 2 couldn't be there. And I happened to have that week off of work, so it was just convenient timing for us to get married during that week that I had off. It's true.
Oh, I believe you. I don't believe the logic, but I believe what you're saying. How does he feel about this daughter that we're here talking about today?
He knows that she's entitled.
Well, it actually goes beyond that, doesn't it? You don't like her, do you?
I'm not a big Emily fan, no.
You've said you don't like her.
I have.
You said you wish she would get out and get gone, go away, so it could just be you, your daughter, and Vanessa, just the 3 of y'all, and then everything would be much happier, be much better.
Yes, because it's constant, nonstop bickering that goes on.
How do you feel about that?
It's heartbreaking, and I understand.
You say she will ask him for money, and he'll say, no, I can't give you money, but then he'll turn around and give it to his daughter.
That has occurred in the
You
past.
say if you're not home, he will fix something to feed his daughter, but not yours.
That has happened.
That he will take his daughter some places, but not your daughter.
That has happened.
So you have moved a man into the home, secretly married him, withholding that from your daughter, and he is someone that has stated he doesn't like her, doesn't want her around, treats her as a second-class citizen, and won't engage, doesn't even say hello to her.
Emily doesn't want to talk to him or her stepsister. They don't want to talk to her. And I don't blame them.
Wow. Because I got to tell you, I'm a parent. Forget about Dr. Phil. I'm just daddy, okay?
Yeah, sure.
I've got 2 children. Robert and I have 2 boys.
Right.
And I've always had an attitude, if my children aren't welcome, I ain't welcome.
Right.
You know, and you're not going to treat my children in a second-class way with regard to anybody else. Ever, never, ever. You mess with them, you're messing with me. Those are my boys, Jay and Jordan. And listen, if somebody's not okay with them, they might as well spit in my face, because we're done.
Right.
It's just that simple. But yet you've got this man living in your house and won't speak to your daughter, wants her gone, says, I do not like her. I don't trust her. I don't like her. I don't want her around. I won't even fix food for her. I won't give her money. I won't take her. Nothing. And she's living with that rejection and isolation from an authority figure in her life. The man you have said you are going to spend the rest of your life with, and that's the message you're giving her. And that seems to me to be a really whacked out priority. You said something in your tape piece that I almost fell over. Play that for me.
I don't want her to be in jail. She likes fashion too much to have to wear something like that.
Of course, that is not the only reason that I don't want her in jail.
It's the only reason you gave me.
Well,
All right, let's take a break. Coming up, Emily is here, and she says she doesn't drink. Well, not much. And she doesn't do drugs, and she gets good grades. So who's telling the truth? Because her mother here says, oh, no, I've got video, I've got text, I've got proof. So what she's saying is just not true. However, she is adamant that she's innocent here. We're going to find out what's really going on when we come back.
First of all, I don't party. I have a mixed drink or hang out. It's very casual. I manage my grades. I have a job. I'm aware that Kurt doesn't like me. My mom chose a man who hated me.
I do not like Emily. She's very arrogant. She thinks she's better than everybody else, smarter than everybody else, better looking than everybody else, and that she can do anything she wants without any consequences. I believe Emily is a bad kid. I think our marriage would be better if she wasn't here. In a perfect world, it would be me, Vanessa, and Paige.
There's another side to this. Emily says she doesn't do drugs and she acts just like any other 15-year-old. Take a look.
My mom thinks I am the party kid. First of all, I don't party. I have drank, I have smoked pot, I'm not gonna lie. My mom is under the impression that I have done pills. My mom's upset because I hang out with people who are like 18, 19, 20. If I go back at someone's house and you have like a mixed drink or you hang out, it's very casual. My grades are good and strong. I do want to go to college, preferably a private school or an Ivy League. I manage my grades, I have a job, I am acting like any other 15-year-old. My mom handles my privacy, but what is my business is hers. She knows my passcodes to everything. My mom has a tracker on my phone. She reads all of my text messages. She goes through all of my social media, and I'm pretty sure when I'm not home, she goes through my room. I have zero privacy. She was my best friend before we moved. When I was in elementary school, like, I was her baby. She treasured me. It was hard when Kurt came into the picture. I'm aware that he doesn't like me, that he does not wish positive things for me in the future. My mom told me that he said that he hated me. I lived for the past 2 years in a house with 3 people who hated me that my mom chose. Like, she chose a man who hated me.
Okay, Emily, I'm glad you've joined us. I've been talking to your mother and your stepfather here. You heard Emily say on the tape, I'm going to let you talk in a minute, I promise. Okay. You heard her say on the tape, I'm living in a house with 3 people that can't stand me. And these are people my mother went out and recruited and brought in, and they don't like me. Now, I'm not saying that her behavior is okay. It's not. But I kind of get her point of view here. But look, my plan here today is to decompress this situation. You say you're just a typical 15-year-old, no problem, right?
Yes, sir.
You say you don't drink or do drugs.
Yes, sir.
But you do.
I have, but I do not, if that makes sense.
Oh, you've quit?
No, I never consistently did it. So there was nothing to quit.
Well, every time you swallow, you've quit drinking.
Okay.
But then when you swallow again, you've started again.
Okay.
Your mother has come up with a lot of text messages that you've sent out.
Okay.
September 3rd, 10 p.m. Emily, quick question. Do you have any alcohol or pills? I want some by tomorrow. I have money. Thank you. Kisses. Okay, 7:52 p.m. Friend, want to blaze with me after work? Emily, yeah. Friend, well, I'm glad we're actually going to hang for once. Okay, Friday, 8:23 p.m. Friend, we better hang out tomorrow, haha. I have drugs, 20 pills of Norco. Emily, yes. I have a bunch of alcohol. 12:43 a.m. Emily, do you have any alcohol? Friend, come on, we might need more. Emily, do you? Friend, dude, you got any Adderall? Emily, 1. Friend, well, don't tell my grandpa. He doesn't know, and don't judge me, please. But I was caught by the cops smoking marijuana. Emily, ha, ha, ha. Don't tell my grandpa either, but I've been and do smoke weed. I would never judge you, ha, ha. So put that in context for me. It was interesting you made a distinction, I did but don't. Mm-hmm. And in this, you say, I've been and do smoke weed.
That was when I did, yes.
You can't say, oh, I don't drink and I don't do drugs. Well, hell, you don't.
Okay.
It's all over your phone. You're talking to your friends about it, right?
Okay.
True or false?
True.
You say you manage your grades, right?
Yes.
Because you're clearly intelligent. Mm-hmm. But your mom gave us your progress report.
Yes.
And geometry, D. English honors, F. French, B-, AP World History, D. Chemistry, B.
Yes. Colleges don't look at what they are in the middle. They look at the final.
Doesn't look like you're doing a very good job managing. Come on. Do you have behaviors that you think any reasonable parent would object to?
Yes.
And what are they?
I talk rude to my mom.
Are you demanding?
To my mom, I am.
Did you write this text to your mother just before the show? In order for me to sign the release, are you talking about the release to be on the show?
Yes.
Actually, you don't have to sign it because you're a minor. They can sign it for you.
Okay.
But in order for me to sign the release, I need you to agree to my terms. To show your agreement, text me back your name and this statement. And then here's the statement. Vanessa, I agree to the terms and conditions. In order for me to do the show, I want 4 weeks, 30 days to be allowed to spend at my dad's. While I'm there, you may not track me or him. You may not call any of my friends' parents or dad's family about something that involves me unless it's an emergency in regard to my safety and or health. I want to go to the DMV and act on getting my permit this upcoming week. Dad agreed to pay for the classes, anything else needed, and I want to be allowed to get my license after the 6 months of having my permit. I want to be allowed to please keep my phone overnight and weekends and holidays. And last thing, I want out of high school and do homeschooling with you 100%, getting me modeling and acting jobs.
Yes.
Please and thank you. Sign this or I am not participating.
Yes.
And what did you do?
So I sent her
Wow.
my name and that I agree to her terms and conditions.
Wow. Okay, so you agreed to all this,
I
right?
don't agree to it.
Yeah, well, she just breached her contract.
Okay.
Because that, if you listen to me at all, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? What gives you the right to make those demands to your mother?
That she tried to bribe me before. She said, what do you want? Then fine. Make a contract. I'll read it over with you and I'll sign it. What is it going to take for you to do the show? So I produced what she asked for.
Wow. Let's take a break. Emily's dad is here, and you won't believe what Emily says she's allowed to do in her father's home. But we'll find out what he has to say when we come back.
Emily and her father both lie.
I don't see her as a child. She works very hard. I don't believe that she is going out and partying.
The two of them seem to be in cahoots.
She's having sleepovers with girls. They don't drink.
Just a couple weeks ago, I picked Emily up. She was drunk. She's supposed to turn her phone in each night, so I get the phone, and then I'm looking through it. What I discovered was there was a football game. She was asking multiple people, do you have alcohol? Are you bringing it to the game? Then one of her friends said, I have pills. 20 pills of Emily's response, yes! Y-E-S-S, capitals. So then I knew. It's a problem.
Well, Vanessa and Kurt say they are fed up with Vanessa's daughter, Emily, because she's drinking, smoking marijuana, and has a terrible attitude towards everyone in the family. Emily's dad, Jason, says Emily is a wonderful child, and he has never seen her act out of control. Take a look.
Emily's the boss in the relationship with her dad.
I'm not sure why Vanessa is so worried about Emily's behavior. I don't see her as a child. She has a job. She works very hard.
Emily and her father are similar in every way. They both manipulate and lie frequently. The two of them seem to be in cahoots, letting Emily get to do whatever it is she wants to do.
I don't believe that she is going out and partying with boys. The things that she's done is having sleepovers with girls. They don't drink and there's no drugs. So I don't see anything wrong with that.
I know in Jason's past, he smoked marijuana regularly, and at times he drank alcohol.
If Emily drank once or twice, or if she's had some issues with staying out too late, I don't see a pattern.
When I look at Emily and the path that she's on, I see her following in her father's footsteps.
Okay, I'm glad you're here to join us. You've been watching the show all the way from the top, right?
Yes, I am.
You have a very different attitude about Emily's level of adjustment and level of performance, correct?
Yes.
You said she absolutely is not drinking, not doing drugs, other than she's had a few drinks at your house, right?
I've never seen her drink at my house.
And you say she doesn't do drugs.
I've never seen her do any drugs at all.
And you monitor her social media, right?
Yes, I do.
Here are some tweets from the social media that you're monitoring. If we all had a bong, we'd all get along. And that's weed. We'd all get along. Okay? Weed is like the bacon of plants. Let's puff in the duff. Legalize it. Stop prison growth. It's an herb, dude. Chill out. Did you read all those before when you were monitoring?
Yeah, I have, and I've talked to Emily, and she said she doesn't smoke marijuana, and I said, yeah, but if you post those, then you're promoting marijuana, and I don't think that's appropriate.
But she told you she doesn't smoke marijuana.
Right.
Whew, what a relief. At this point, you think there is no change-worthy behavior on the part of your daughter with regard to drugs or marijuana, for example?
I think she needs to not drink alcohol and not smoke marijuana.
But you say you don't think she does, so no problem, right?
I haven't seen it. Until I see her high or see her drunk, then I could tell you, I know that she's drinking and using drugs. And I know you've seen and showed tweets that shows that it looks like maybe she is.
Didn't you give her a breathalyzer at his house?
Right in front of him.
Right with him standing there?
Yeah.
And what was the readout?
It was the .08.
Okay, so she was legally drunk.
Legally drunk.
At your house, breathalyzed in front of you. And you're saying, I've never seen it.
I didn't understand the breathalyzer she was using.
But you were drunk, right?
I did have wine, and I didn't feel drunk. It says what it says, but
But you had been drinking.
Yes.
So she has drank, and that's very wrong. I disagree. She should not be drinking. I think we need to put her in a place where she doesn't feel like she wants to drink.
She was with you that night.
Right. There might have been some cooking wine. I don't drink.
Yeah.
I don't have alcohol at all at my house.
Where'd you get it that night?
The kitchen, but it's my grandparents.
It's for what's called brandy chicken. And you use brandy and you use sherry to make brandy
He's
chicken.
trying to validate that it's not meant, that no one drinks, that it's used for cooking. But yes, I'm answering your question.
Yeah.
That there was wine in the house.
Yeah, and you drank it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, my parents don't drink and I don't drink.
But your daughter does?
She did that one time.
Next, Emily's stepsister is here and says Emily is a liar. And she misses life before Emily came into the picture. I'm going to talk to her next.
If I were to describe Paige, I would say she is lazy, sloppy.
I do think Emily's a bitch. Emily likes to steal my stuff. I'm pretty sure that this is my skirt. Oh, and these are my shoes. I'm taking these back to my room. We used to be close. I don't know what really happened, but we don't really get along anymore.
If I were to describe Paige, I would say she is lazy, sloppy. She is like a giant slug that leaves a gross, slimy trail around the house.
I do think Emily's a bitch. Emily likes to steal my stuff. She always takes my expensive stuff. She took my $200 shoes and my $200 jacket. Any day I could walk in here and probably find something of mine that she has stolen. I'm pretty sure that this is my skirt. I've seen her wear it. Oh, and these are my shoes. I'm taking these back to my room.
She is disgusting, and her only interests are rap music and anything that will show her ass or her boobs.
I've heard at school that she doesn't have many friends. I know she drinks, and I'm pretty sure she does drugs. I wish things were how they used to be, like Emily and Vanessa didn't live in my house and stuff. Emily's behavior is affecting my dad and Vanessa's relationship because it creates a lot of stress for my dad since it's not even his daughter. I feel like we are broken up as a family.
Okay, so Paige, I'm glad you joined us. You two got along fine for a while.
Yeah.
If you two went to lunch somewhere, how would you get along?
Fine, normal. Like, we communicate. Like, so when it comes to, like, the bathroom in the morning, no, it's not arguing and yelling and screaming. Like, we communicate.
So you guys do talk to each other and go back and forth?
Sometimes.
Yeah. If you were walking along, say at school, and somebody was beating her up or something, would you care?
If someone was physically hitting Paige, I'd probably jump them.
That wouldn't be okay with you?
No.
Okay. And how about you? If somebody was beating her up or something, would you come to her aid?
Yeah, I'd help her.
Why?
Because she's my stepsister.
If there is a basis for a dispute, you say you communicate. Have you ever talked about it? Have you ever said, why is it we don't get along anymore?
I have not.
Because you don't really care.
No.
And how about you?
I don't care.
She can like you or not like you?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you think she creates stress for your dad? Yeah. And you know that he wants her to be gone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you concerned about your dad? Yeah. What are you worried about most?
Paige doesn't like conflict. Paige just likes everything calm. And
That's true.
So she doesn't like to see all this going on in the house.
And that's true. I know that.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm guessing you don't either. You don't like conflict.
No, I don't.
And you two seem to trade in it. You two conflict a lot.
We do.
Well, I'm going to take a break. Vanessa says that she is punished. She has punished Emily a lot. You know, what has she done? Why hasn't it worked? And what's really going on here? I have some very strong feelings about what's going on here. And I bet not one of these five could write down what I'm thinking right now. But I'm going to tell everybody right after the break.
To discipline Emily, I have tried direct instruction. I've taken her phone.
My mom is treating me like a baby.
She's abusive to me. She's rude, lying to me.
I did create a monster.
The worst thing I've ever caught Emily doing is she stole her grandpa's credit card information to purchase rides and would tell either myself or her biological father, if she was supposed to be with him, that she was going to sleep at a friend's house. She'd get to the friend's house. They would then take an wherever they wanted to go. Because nobody's going to take her to these parties. Most of her friends are 15. They don't drive.
Okay, 15-year-old Emily is here with her mom, Vanessa, dad, Jason, stepdad, Kurt, and stepsister, Paige. Now, Vanessa and Kurt say they're just at a loss about what to do with Emily because they say her behavior is spiraling out of control, and they've tried everything they can think of to discipline her, but nothing works.
I did create a monster. I used to give her choices when she was little.
I spoiled Emily. To discipline Emily, I have tried direct instruction. I've taken her phone.
Vanessa needs to know every second where Emily is and what she's doing.
I think my mom is very overbearing. She's very overdramatic.
My mom is treating me like a baby.
Vanessa has a pretty good hold on her social media. She knows what she's doing on Twitter, on Instagram. She also has an app where she can look and know exactly where Emily is based on where her iPhone is.
These tactics fail because the behaviors continue. She's abusive to me, she's rude, lying to me, and sneaking and doing whatever she wants. I'm putting in all this effort and it's not working. I am very afraid that Emily's ruining her future.
Let me ask you, what do you think needs to happen here for this situation to calm down and for you to have a peaceful life?
For everyone to be happy?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, they thought getting rid of his other child, who's a year older than me, and shipping her off to her mom's would make everyone happier. It seems to have not solved the problem, so now we're on to the next kid. So let's take me out, and let's say I move out to my dad's. Maybe me being gone will make their family of 3 perfect and calm and peaceful and what they want it to be. Or maybe it'll continue to have problems and realize that it wasn't the first child and it wasn't the second child.
And if it's not the first child or the second child, what do you think it is?
I don't know. I thought that's why we're here. Maybe to find out.
Yeah, because you're saying, hey, I'm 15. Figure it out, Baldy. Right?
Well, I'm not sure.
I get it.
Okay.
I get it. What do you think needs to happen?
Oh, I wish I knew.
I mean, but if you were just queen of the forest for the day and you could just make things like they should be, what would it be?
Between the 4 of us, we'd all be considerate and thoughtful of one another and cordial. And if we behaved that way, then we would be able to, again, do family things together.
Yeah, well, you got some fundamental flaws here. Okay? And let me just point out the first flaw, the first myth. This is not an Emily problem. This is just not an Emily problem. I'm just going to tell you the truth here. Blended families, 60 to 70% of them wind up in divorce. That's 60 or 70%, and that includes those that do it right. And a whole lot that do it wrong. You couldn't have done this more wrong as if you were making a public service announcement on what not to do in blending a family. I mean, to get married because, well, there was a good week, I had a day off, I just won't tell her because the others are down there, and so, you know, maybe sometime when we're all in the same space, we'll talk about it together. That's not how you blend 2 families together. That is a problem. Secondly, you're married to a man that has stated, I don't like your daughter. I don't want her here. I want her gone. And if that's okay with you, there's something wrong with your mother measuring stick. That can't be okay with you. And until you fix that, this is never going to be right.
Emily has been with a rude tone and abusive to me since she was 3. I've been redirecting her since then, and it hasn't stopped. I can't blame him for not liking her.
There just isn't time to tell you what's wrong with what you just said. Listen, for you to justify, defend, or contextualize the comments that he has made about your daughter is crazy bizarre. I don't care that she has generated behavior that would justify commonsensically why someone would do that. Right. What I expect you to do is be an adult that rises above the fray and provides the leadership emotionally and behaviorally that is necessary to become part of the solution instead of part of the problem. And the fact that you are with a man who says he doesn't like your daughter and doesn't want her around, and you say, hey, I can't blame him for that, I don't get that. You have lost your way. You've lost your way, Vanessa. Seriously here. Her behavior is not acceptable. Understand, if she's smoking and drinking, and she says that she is, but not currently on the stage, I guess, but occasionally, that is not okay. That is not functional behavior. It is not mature behavior. It is not safe behavior. It is not acceptable behavior. Right. But the reason that this young lady has problems with what's going on is because what's going on is problematic. For her to be 15 years old and be living with a bunch of people who are saying, I don't like you, I don't like what you're doing, I don't like any of this, a pox on you, I wish you were gone. What the hell do you expect her to say to herself in the middle of the night? Not when she's got her social mask on and trying to be Miss Debonair, got it all together. But what does a 15-year-old child really say to themselves in that situation?
I'm unlovable.
At least. You guys need a lot of help, not just for her, for everybody. Okay. And I've arranged for that for you. I have right here, Dr. Matthew Pollack, right here. Say hello, Matt.
Hi.
Matthew is from the Center for Discovery. And the Center for Discovery is in Whittier, California, but he's here along with Heather Hagen, and Nate Moore is here also. Here's Nate. Hello, Nate. He is one of the therapists at this program. I asked these guys to be here because I wanted them to meet y'all. I wanted them to take this family on. I want to get in here and start unraveling this ball of twine. But the first thing we have to agree with is this is not an Emily problem. Do you get that?
I can get that.
Do you get that? Does everybody get that? I bet you get it. You got it before you got here, right?
Yes, sir.
Will you participate in this?
Yes.
Leaning forward into it.
Yes, sir.
Matt, am I reading this right?
Yeah, I think we start today. I mean, we're at a real crossroads here, and I think with Center for Discovery's help and everyone willing to participate, we attack this head on. We have an intensive program, outpatient program, where you're going to get parenting training. We're going to do a lot of group therapy, a lot of family therapy, and it's time to work.
I think that's what we need to do. We'll be right back. Okay, I want to take a minute to brag about my wife, Robin. She is in the November issue of Red Book magazine, the one with Michelle Obama on the cover. So what have you been up to now?
Well, I have been very hard at work creating a new fragrance called Georgia. And I think you will remember when we had that little smell test at the house.
Yeah, seriously, she put these 9 in front of me, and I had to smell them and then smell coffee beans and then smell it again.
Yes.
And so she had one that she had decided on, had a star on the bottom of it, but I couldn't see it. And I picked the 1 out of 9 that she had picked.
He picked it. He knew. And I'm so excited because the beauty editor of Red Book chose my fragrance, Georgia, as the #1 editor's pick to look for this season, calling it a gorgeous new scent.
Wow. And look at this stunning picture of Robin in the magazine. It's an ad for Georgia that's featured in the same issue. In fact, Robin's new fragrance, Georgia, and her line of body products are being launched today exclusively on HSN and hsn.com. HSN announced last night at midnight that Georgia is what they call their Today Special, and you can see her live throughout the day. Now, what's great about this is with each sale of Georgia, HSN Cares and Robin McGraw Revelation will make a significant contribution which helps women affected by domestic violence.
Yes, and very importantly, I always create a very special product with each addition to my lifestyle brand, for which 100% of the net proceeds go to supporting victims of domestic violence. This time, it is a set of 4 very special scented candles. The set is called Light of My Life. Well, I do have one more announcement to make. Everyone in the audience is going home with my new fragrance, Georgia, and the entire body products collection. And the full set of my new Light of My Life candles.
To learn more about ways to help Robin help victims affected by domestic violence, log on to robinmcgrawrevelation.com. I want to thank all of my guests today. For more information about today's show, log on to drphil.com. We'll see you next time.